Hello everyone and welcome to today's IELTS speaking practice class. I look forward to doing some practice with the students joining us in the class today, and I also look forward to seeing who's joining us on Facebook and YouTube. So a warm welcome to all of you who are with us already. I can see we've been joined in the class by Maria, Jess and Miriala. Let's see who else will be joining us. I can also say we've been joined by Jennifer. So Jennifer, let me bring you in. Hi, how you doing?
Hi, Alex. How are you?
I'm doing all right, thanks. I'm doing okay. How about yourself?
Oh, great. Oh, I'm just living the dream here today on Friday.
Wonderful.
Yeah, good afternoon. Whatever time it is, I don't remember, but probably afternoon, I think, to you.
You got it. Afternoon
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Afternoon. All right. So you already had your lunch and everything. You're good to go.
Yeah. This is it. We're coming to late. It's 4 o'clock. You're still at the morning, right?
Still in the morning. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. So, yeah, I'm still drinking my coffee. Still drinking
Still
my
warming
coffee.
up the engine.
Still warming up the old drinking cup. All right. You're like, Jen, stop. Just stop, Jen. Well, thank you for having me on for a minute. I'm not going to take up a lot of your time again. Some of you know me. My name is Jennifer Olchenbruns. I'm the IELTS support specialist here at Connetics USA. The wonderful Tanya has still kept me on, so it's wonderful. I am here and I try to help everyone achieve their American dream by successfully passing their IELTS exam the very first time. So that is the goal here. It's a team effort. We've got me here, we've got the wonderful Alex, and we've got a handful of other instructors, ex-IELTS examiners, and so we all work together here as a team. I'll just go over a couple things really quick with you, Alex, and everyone else. I just want to touch on some recent passers. I just did a hero interview today. If anyone had a chance to watch, if not, that's okay. You can get back to that. Her name was Camille, and she is originally from the Philippines. And thanks to Swoosh English, she just passed her IELTS exam for the first time, taking it the first time with a 9.0 in speaking.
Wow.
Is that not something? So
that's very rare.
Yes, isn't it? Isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's a team effort. Obviously, most of the credit is given to you and everyone else. Who does the classes weekly. So it's great. If you didn't watch it, like I said today, please watch Camille. She did wonderful. It was great. And her English, you'll hear in her in the interview, she's doing wonderful. She speaks it better than I do, and I think that's really something. So anyway, you definitely want to watch that. That's on Facebook. You can watch that on the Connetics Facebook group. Okay, you can watch that there. And then also we have a something else going on, a referral. It's $1,000. I'm sorry, I'm trying to spit it out. $1,000 referral going on right now that you can be a part of and that you can win. The details of that you'll find on the Connetics website. There's more information on that, and I really need to get more familiar with the details of that, but I do know that if you would like more details, it's on the website. So they do have to have passed their NCLEX already to qualify. And then you refer a friend or family member and you get $1,000. And that $1,000 you're going to bring here to the USA. And you're going to shop like all the rest of us. Shop. So, right?
Yeah. I can't think of anything better.
Right. All right. Is shopping a big where you guys, where you're from?
Yeah. I think it is in a lot of societies, isn't it?
Yeah,
but
right.
When you go to a new country, it's always nice to get a few souvenirs and
oh man,
things
you
like
got to
that,
get the souvenirs and everything. That's great. And so we've got that. And then if you so I'll also touch on, if you are already a Connetics nurse, if you're a Connetics nurse and you still need your IELTS exam, we will enroll you in Swoosh English. It's a wonderful opportunity that we are giving to you right now. It's a scholarship. It's free enrollment. So you get your entire review of Swoosh English for free. So I will be in contact with you all of the time, and I will help get you set up. I'll send you a link to get all situated and set up, and then you can start today. So the main idea here is to, well, you're already a nurse, and if you're interested in moving to the USA and you're still playing around with the idea, now's the time. Now is the time to come here and achieve that American dream, because the US is letting everyone in right now. Come one, come all. And so now's the time.
Makes a nice change.
Yeah, definitely. Take advantage of it, and you're coming here legally, and you're coming here with a career, and now's definitely the right time. So you come here and Connetics will find you a job placement and you'll be good to go. And then we'll get you going with your IELTS, and hopefully we'll get you to pass the first time. Is that right, Alex?
Absolutely. That's the goal. I can see I've got Jessie asking how she can get a score as good as Camille's. I don't know what we say to her, Jennifer.
I see that. How did she do it? Well, if definitely watch the hero interview, but what she did is she kind of hunkered down the last 2 weeks. She had been prepping for a few months, but she got real serious the last 2 weeks, and she studied 5 hours. And I don't know, 5 hours a day seems like a lot, but she said she studied 5 hours, maybe a day. And she also watched some American TV, which always helps. She watched the Gilmore Girls. So definitely whatever show you can watch, I guess. I'm just thinking, well, any American TV would be good. That's what she did. I think all the dialect is so different from East Coast to the West Coast, the North and the South. We all speak it different, so I do. I think definitely Swoosh English is definitely your main review source that you want to go to. But I don't think it hurts either to put on a little American TV, because we all speak it a little different. Like Alex, you speak it different than I do, and I speak it different than she does. We're all going to speak it different. So that's what makes the world go round. It's kind of neat like that, But we all understand each other. And then what else did she do? She recorded herself. She said she recorded herself and she would play it back. So those were the tips, and that's how she got her 9.0. So pretty impressive,
we do suggest
right?
that a lot it's amazing. Yeah, I've not heard many people achieve a 9. It's essentially flawless if you're achieving that. So, that is, I always say to students, if you're able to get a 7.5 or above, then that's amazing. But if you're getting a 9, that's very rare. So she should be extreme. She should frame it. That's what
she should frame it. She really should.
Yeah.
I'm getting her in I'm just getting her in a new group, because we've transferred over from our WhatsApp group. We've outgrown that, which is really great. So that's one more thing that we're in a positive direction. We've outgrown the WhatsApp group. We've moved to Telegram, and you're going to find Camille in Telegram. She's been invited. We're waiting for her to enter, but I know everyone else there too. They want to know, how did you get that 9.0? But you're right. It's almost flawless. It is flawless. And her, her English is better than mine. And I've been here my whole life. So I told her, when you come here, you'll see it's, Americans probably get a little lazy in our speaking sometimes,
I think you're being very humble. Self-effacing. That's a very British quality.
Very British. That's funny. British. Well, it's funny though. It's true, because I see all of, like people like you and all the nurses that I do hero interviews with, and I'm like, I really could speak English better. You guys really have so much to teach the rest of us, because we get lazy with how we talk. We just get lazy, and you guys are much more proper. So it's nice. So anyway, this is supposed to be a 5-minute segment, and I end up chatting a little bit longer because it's fun to chat with you. Sorry.
That's fine. And it's good. It's good because people are getting to hear, like you say, different accents and different approaches.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I don't know.
it's
My accent is just a good old American girl. It's different from the east to the west. I don't know that I necessarily have an accent, but it might be different. It's probably different than yours or somebody else. But yeah, definitely every part of the U.S. has their own dialect, and so this is just my American. What we're doing here.
it
So,
sounds a little bit southern. You are from, is that right?
oh,
Southern
I
states?
could be a little southern, but that's just I've been here for 5 years. I don't know if that's rubbed off. I don't know. Sometimes a
Ah,
lot of people, yeah, it could be. I'm not originally from here. Sometimes a lot of people say I my accent's more from the north, somewhere up north, like New York, up in that area. But no, I've just been here for 5 years. So yeah, but you're right. You just kind of adapt to, I guess, where you moved to. Is that right?
yeah, it happened to me. I get told that I sound southern quite a lot, even though I'm not from the south of the UK. But
Ah,
a lot of people think that I am. It's similar to you because I spent time in the south, and
oh, fun. Oh,
yeah,
fun.
yeah.
That's great. Well, I don't know anything about the southern UK. So boy, I can't wait to go visit. If someone will let me go stay in their guest bedroom for a couple of days, I'd love it.
Invite's always there.
Yeah. Aw, well, you're a sweetheart. Well, I'll let you continue, and everyone's sick of hearing from me, so they want to hear from you, and they want to get this class going. So, thank you so much for having me on, and I don't mean to take up all your time, and I will let you go. And good luck on your class today, and I hope you have a lot of viewers. So, okay.
Thank you very much, Jennifer. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Cheers. Bye. Okay, so as we have been discussing, Jennifer and myself, I can see that a number of students have joined us, so it's wonderful to see you all. I can see Jesse, Alice, Sina, Jeremiah, and Catherine have all joined us, so let's see how many people we can get involved today. I'll endeavor to get as many involved as possible. Just before I do, I want to, of course, ensure that everyone watching on is aware of the opportunity that exists to get involved in the IELTS scholarship program. I can see on Facebook we've got Pascal and Tahir who have joined us. Hello to both of you. Tahir is watching from Pakistan. Anyone else watching live on YouTube or Facebook, let me know your name and where you're watching from. It'll be great to see exactly who is watching and participating in today's class. So as I was saying, there is an opportunity for those watching on Facebook and YouTube to get involved in the scholarship program, which Jennifer was talking about. You can sign up today. If you are a nurse looking to live and work in the United States, then this is a fantastic opportunity to get the support to get you to that level. You can see that Camille achieved a 9 in her speaking, which is amazing. If you want to aim for the stars, then this is the place to be. So just click on the link, which you can see scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Click on the option staff nurse if you would like to find out more information in terms of how you could get involved. You could potentially get all of this support for free. So what I want to focus on a little bit today is vocabulary. Vocabulary, of course, is one of the 4 criteria that you are graded on in your IELTS exam, and it's important that you use variety in your vocabulary in order to achieve a high score. So we want to be Camille, well, we need to use variety as well as accuracy in our vocabulary. And one way that we can show variety is to use less common adverbs of frequency. So an adverb of frequency refers to how often we do something. And if we have a look at the bottom of the screen here, we can see some examples. What I would like you to tell me is, which of these adverbs of frequency are you familiar with? Which ones are you less familiar with? So you can see you've got 1 to 5, and you also have A to E. Which of these are you more familiar with? Which are you less familiar with? Okay, so I can see that Cynthia has joined us. Hello, Cynthia. We've got Sky as well. Jenna, Sky must be your nickname, is watching from Kuwait. Diane is watching as well. Hello to you, Diane. We've got Anu watching from Nepal. We've also got CB Manalo, who is watching from the Philippines. Eileen is watching from Saudi Arabia. And Nelson is watching us from Kenya. A very warm welcome to each of you. Does any of you have the answer to this question in terms of which you're familiar with, which you're less familiar with? And also the second question, you'll notice the adverbs of frequency from 1 to 5. There are similar expressions in letters A to E. So can we match them together in order to recognize maybe some of these less familiar terms? So looking at the first two questions, I'm guessing that numbers 1 to 5 you're quite familiar with, but perhaps A to E you're less familiar with. So we can see that 1 matches with B, always has a very similar meaning to constantly when we are referring to adverbs of frequency. Can you match any of these other adverbs of frequency together? Okay, so Alice says 2D sometimes matches with on and off, and Jess also agrees, sometimes matches with on and off. Any other suggestions? Alice says 3A, so often, once in a blue moon. Do we agree with that? Any other comments? Tahir says always matches with more often than not. Okay, we will check these answers soon. Alice, hardly ever matches with not at all, according to Alice. And Sina, always with on and off. Okay, so we've got a few different answers here. Jenna is saying never matches with not at all. Okay, let's have a look then. Let's confirm, because there are a few different answers being suggested. And here are the answers. So always is constantly. They have very similar meanings. If you have a look at the example here, I constantly go to the gym means I always go to the gym. On and off matches with sometimes. So it has a very similar meaning. So if I say that I sometimes do something, I would say I do something on and off. Often matches with more often than not. There's a big clue here. Obviously, the word often is repeated. Hardly ever actually matches with once in a blue moon. So this is an idiomatic expression. If you say you do something once in a blue moon, it means you do something very rarely. Hardly ever, and never matches with not at all. So yes, some of you got those correct. Well done. And let's have a look at some contexts in which we could use these expressions. So here are some sentences using common adverbs. We can see them here. We can paraphrase these to use these expressions that we were just looking at. So I'll just give you a moment or two to think how we might use these expressions that we were just being exposed to instead of these more common adverbs. So if you've got any ideas in terms of how we might use them, let me know what you think. Okay. So I will share my sentences with you. And bear in mind, the sentences I'm going to share with you now all have the same meaning as the sentences which you can see on the screen currently. So rather than I never eat French food, we could say I don't eat French food at all. Okay, it has the same meaning. I sometimes watch football. I watch football on and off. Again, the same meaning. I hardly ever watch live music. I watch live music once in a blue moon. And I often go to the cinema. We could say I go to the cinema more often than not. So these are ways we could use these adverbs of frequency. And if we use these expressions, it's a good way of using less common vocabulary. And by using less common vocabulary, we can achieve a higher score in the IELTS speaking. Okay. So can you think of any other less common adverbs of frequency? Are there any others that you're familiar with? Similar to not at all, on and off, once in a blue moon, more often than not, constantly. Are there any that you would like to share? So Alice says usually. Yep, there's usually. Good. Seldom, says Sina. Good, that's a good one. Any others that you're familiar with? Normally. Yeah, so normally having the same meaning as usually. Good. Just, rarely. Good. Okay, so there's a few other ones out there as well. Let's have a look at some others. Some of them you've said, actually. But here are some other expressions we can use. Every now and again, meaning sometimes. Most of the time, which is an alternative for usually. Once in a while, which will be an alternative for rarely, and as was already suggested, seldom as well can be used instead of rarely. So there's quite a few different expressions out there to refer to frequency, and as I say, the more variety you use, the better your score will be in the IELTS exam. Let's do some practice. And in the practice, try to use these adverbs of frequency, some of the less common ones in your speaking, when the opportunity arises. We're going to start with part 1 today. And the reason for that is because this is where we can use adverbs of frequency most often in part 1 when talking about habits, routines, and hobbies. So part 1 will usually last between 4 to 5 minutes. It will start with questions about your hometown, family, job, or studies. And then there will also be 2 to 3 other topics that you will be asked questions about. So the first topic that we're going to focus on today for IELTS Speaking Part 1 is the topic of relaxation or sleep. And let me see, who are we going to bring in to do some Part 1 practice with us? I can see some new names here, so I'm going to look to bring in some new names. Let me bring Sina into the class.
Yes,
Hello, how are you today, Sina?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Good, good. Is this your first time in this class?
Yes, first time in this class.
Well, a very warm welcome to you. And
Thank you.
and which country are you based in, Sina?
I'm from India, particularly from Kerala, but currently I have been working as a nurse in Abu Dhabi.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you're used to living abroad and having different experiences. Have you been there for a few years?
Yeah, I have been here since 2012.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you're coming towards your 10th anniversary.
Yes, exactly.
That's impressive. So, Sina, I'm going to ask you a few questions then on the topic of relaxation and sleep. So what do you usually do to relax?
I usually do to relax myself listening to music and indulging myself some hobbies such as gardening and painting. It helps me to unwind and de-stress myself.
Are these common activities that people do in your country?
Um, in my country, India, people have been engaging with the different kinds of activities to relax themselves, such as to hang out with their friends and to watch movies or watch any comedy programs, just have a fun with their families and children.
Do you think doing sport is a good way to relax?
Yes, definitely, because it's a type of exercise. As well, we feel some kind of energized after we watch sports. Additionally, it gives some positive vibes in our minds, and we don't feel just like an idle while watching movies straight 2.5 hours. Um, I think the experience while watching sports is entirely different than watching movies and listening to music.
Do you often do meditation exercises or other relaxation exercises?
I'm seldom doing these kind of things because most of the time, if I'm hardly to focus myself, if I am really in stressful situations. Um, However, it helped me if I couldn't focus to watch any movies. That kind of stressful situation, if I had been going through, definitely I engage myself to focus something, to meditate, to help me to calm my nerves to some extent.
Do you think that people in general relax enough?
I don't think so. In this fast-paced life, we all are busy with our hectic life schedule. So now in this modern era, we all are stressed. I don't think so. We have enough time to relax ourselves.
Okay, thank you very much there, Sina. Some really good responses to the questions. Nice to hear you taking the opportunity to use a few different adverbs of frequency as well, using seldom in there. We use usually as well, but you see, this is an opportunity where we can paraphrase a little bit. So in the question, what do you usually do to relax? You could say, well, in general, or more often than not. That's an opportunity there just to kind of use a bit of paraphrasing. But yeah, your answers were clear to the questions, and you extended well in terms of your responses as well. So some good stuff there. Just some good use of expressions. So hang out was a good expression to use. Conversational, natural expression. Positive vibes was nice as well. You use the term going through, things that people are going through, so it was good. You're using phrasal verbs, so that's something which is commonly used in speech, and so you'll get credit for that. Fast-paced was another good expression that you used as well. So definitely some good use of vocabulary there. Just something that I want to note, it's used quite often, relax myself. So we don't usually use the reflexive form with relax. We just say just to relax. It helps me relax. We wouldn't usually say relax myself or relax himself or relax herself. Yeah, we would just usually use relax. So it's not reflexive in common
Okay.
usage.
Okay.
And similar with focus as well, because you were saying focus myself, but again, we wouldn't usually use the reflexive with focus. Yeah, just to focus on something is what we might use, or just focus. We don't have to use a complement with it. So yeah, just a couple of grammatical points there. And I think you used the word energize. Energize, I think, was what we were to get energy.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, energize is the word, so, you know.
Not energize. Okay.
No. You
Okay.
can say energetic.
Ah.
Energetic is the adjective if someone is very energetic, but the verb is to energize. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, and there was just one other point that I was going to make here. Generally, you were using verb forms correctly. Yeah, it helps me to unwind. It helps me to unwind. There was just a point on use of determiners. So you say people watch any comedy programs. So some would be better rather than any in this case. Usually we use any in negative sentences. It's not that we have to use it in negative sentences, but usually we would. So yeah, that was just something that I noticed there, using some as opposed to any. But yeah, apart from that, Sina, yeah, you expanded well. You showed good fluency. Your pronunciation was very clear as well. So a lot of positive elements to your speaking there. So well done.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
No worries. Thank you, Sina.
Okay.
Okay, so let's move on. We'll look at another topic, and I'm going to bring Alice in to discuss the next topic. How are you doing, Alice?
Well, thank you. Hope you can hear me.
You're a little bit difficult to hear. Can you speak again?
Can you hear me now? Hello?
It's not very clear. I can hear you, but it's not clear.
Okay. Yes. Turn off now.
Okay. I think the connection's a little bit bad. Hi there. I think the connection's a little bit bad. It's like you're very sort of scratchy. I will have to try again later, unfortunately. Yeah, the connection, I couldn't hear you very clearly. Okay, let me try and bring Maria in. How are you doing, Maria? Are you there?
Hello, Sir Alex.
Hi. Good. I'm glad you're doing well. Maria, I'm not sure. Have you been in this class previously?
No, this is my first time.
Yes, yes, I thought so. And where are you based, Maria?
I'm currently here in Saudi Arabia, working
Okay.
as a nurse. Yeah.
Okay. Well, a very warm welcome to the class, Maria. It's great to have new faces involved.
Welcome.
So let's have a look at a new topic together,
Okay.
and we're going to look at
Try
the
my best.
topic of advertisements,
Mhm.
or as the Americans would say, as Jennifer would say, advertisements. But
Mhm.
in the UK, we say advertisements.
Mhm.
Which pronunciation are you more familiar with? Advertisements or advertisements? Are you there, Maria?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
still here.
good. Which pronunciation are you more familiar with, Maria?
Advertisement, I think. Yeah.
Say that again.
Advertisement.
Okay, the British way. You're familiar with the British way. Okay, so the first question I have for you, Maria, what kinds of advertisements do you like watching?
I would like to watch advertisement regarding the news, latest news, and documentary news as well.
Why do you enjoy watching those advertisements?
Because I could learn from them, and I could also use them as a source of information which I can use to everyday life.
And what sorts of advertisements are popular in your country?
Um, I'm actually from the Philippines, and mostly our advertisement are from latest news regarding the pandemic we're experiencing right now. Also, the crimes around, yeah. Uh, and then the news regarding the weather.
Have you ever bought something because of an advertisement?
Oh yes, before uh, I I heard an advertisement regarding a particular brand that was okay to use with dandruff because okay, I had my sisters having dandruff before, and I heard from an advertisement that this product was okay to use on dandruff stuff. So yes, I bought.
And do you think there are too many advertisements?
Mm, yeah, there's so many advertisements they are promoting now for a particular uh, 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 topic.
Can you give an example of this?
Um, for example, regarding where the, for example, regarding where to go or where to buy things that we can use to protect ourselves from stuffs like um, um, what do you call this? Like the terms. This product is more okay than buying this kind of product. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much there, Maria. And well done for getting
I'm
involved.
also
Your first
nervous. I'm
time.
so
Don't worry, don't worry. Oh, yeah, don't worry, Maria. It's natural to feel nervous, particularly obviously with it being the first time speaking live. But you did well. You did well. You attempted to answer all of the questions. There were some times where your answers were a bit short, so I tried to give you opportunities to expand. And ways to expand. Number one is to say why you have an opinion. So, or why you enjoy something. That's a good way to expand. So for that first question, when you said you liked advertisements relating to the news, you can say why. So it just shows a bit more fluency, a bit more development in your ideas. And also you can give examples. That's why for one of the questions I asked you, could you give an example maybe of where we see too many advertisements? That's another way you can expand as well. So do try to expand where possible, Maria, during the test, because if you're not saying too much, then obviously you're only going to be able to get a certain grade, because you need to show the ability to develop your ideas in order to get beyond, a 5.5, for example. So just in terms of some of the language you were using, there was some nice language that you were using. You were able to express your ideas. You talked about brands in relating to advertisements, which was obviously a very appropriate word to use. You were talking about a particular advertisement relating to germs. Your pronunciation was generally very accurate, but because I think partly to do with nervousness, there was a lot of pausing and hesitation as well. So you want to be doing as much speaking practice as you can to just build up your confidence a bit, just so there's less hesitation and you feel more confident, and you'll be able to link your ideas together more successfully going forward. So that's the main thing I think to focus on is your confidence, because that will help you when it comes to your fluency. But once again, Maria, well done for getting involved, and I look forward to seeing you in future classes.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, shall we try again, Alice? Let me try again. How are you? How's it going now? Are you there, Alice? Okay. Doesn't seem as if the connection wants to work for you at the moment, but no worries. I'm going to bring Rex into the class. That's a new name. I've not seen this name before. Hi, Rex, are you there? No? Oh, we're getting the silent. Oh, something there.
Yes,
Hi there, Rex. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Good, good. Is this your first time in this class, Rex?
Yes, yes.
I thought that was an unfamiliar name that I saw there. Welcome to the class. Where are you at the moment?
I'm here in Qatar.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, and how is life in Qatar?
It's okay. It's same as in Saudi Arabia, like Maria.
Mm. The Middle
Actually,
East is a popular destination for healthcare workers, right?
yes.
Yeah. Oh, great, great. Okay, so Rex, we're going to move on to a new topic. And the topic we're going to look at now is parks and gardens. So I'd like to know, Rex, in your opinion, are parks important for a city?
Yeah, I do think so because usually in a city, you can see a lot of infrastructures, buildings, and the life is fast-facing. So parks are like heaven. It's different from what you're usually seeing in your everyday work, and you can relax on parks, and you can do things, and you can go with your friends and spend time in there. Uh, I think that's it.
What do you like to do when visiting a park?
Usually, I like to read books. I'm enjoying myself to be alone, and I'm usually bring my favorite book with me to read and to just to spend some time with myself. I do really enjoy solitude, and because I can reflect and think of things that I need to accomplish and need to do, and to escape from the regular day-to-day basis that I am doing.
Would you prefer to spend time in a public garden or in your own private garden?
For me, since I told you that I enjoy solitude, I like spending time alone. privately because I don't want any distractions, and I want to focus on what I am doing at a certain moment, and so that I can accomplish it. Because sometimes if you'll be in public, there will be a lot of distractions and noises that you can that you will deal. So I think being alone in a private is much better for me.
And have public parks changed much since you were a child?
Yes. Before, I can vividly remember that there's a lot of parks, particularly in the Philippines. And right now, because of uh, the improvement of cities, they're expanding like some of the buildings, they're turning like parks into condominium units. And now it's much less compared to what we have before.
Okay, thank you very much there, Rex. Some really good responses to the questions. Jennifer likes the questions as well. I'm glad you like the questions, Jennifer. So yeah, well done. You expanded well, and your responses were clear. They were coherent, and you took opportunities to show a wide range of vocabulary. Some nice words you used, such as solitude, vividly remember. That was a nice adverb you used there. Accomplish was a nice verb that you were using as well. You were linking ideas. So you said at one point, since I told you that I enjoy solitude, I prefer private gardens. So that was a good way of providing that sort of coherence and cohesion in terms of your speech. So yeah, really nice that you were doing that. Just a couple of expressions. So you said, did you say that life is fast? Did you say fast facing? What was the expression you used there?
Fast facing.
Fast facing.
Yes.
Okay, so fast paced, I think is.
Yes. Fast paced.
Yeah, fast paced. Yeah. So yeah, I think that was the expression you were going for there. A fast paced life, or yeah, fast paced lifestyle. And also, we were using quite a lot of present continuous. So you said, I'm enjoying myself to be alone, but the grammar there was slightly inaccurate. So you'd want to say, I enjoy being by myself, or I enjoy being alone, would be the expression you want to use there for clarity. So just a couple of inaccuracies in expression. Also, going back to adverbs of frequency, which is what I was talking about at the beginning of the class, you use the word usually a couple of times. So again, we could vary that a little bit. So, we could use more often than not, or we could use generally, in general, just to provide a little bit of variety there and show that variety in vocabulary. But overall, Rex, we did a really nice job. As I said, you were using some less common vocabulary items, and you were expanding on the answers you were giving as well to show a greater level of fluency. And your pronunciation was accurate too. So yeah, good stuff. And once again, welcome to the class.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care. Okay, so we're going to move on to part 2. Just before we do, let me just remind you, if you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube, that there is an opportunity to get directly involved in what we're doing here at Swoosh English and Connetics USA. You can do that by finding out and signing up for the scholarship program. This is a program which exists in order to prepare you for living and working in the United States as a nurse. We're here to help you pass the IELTS exam so that you can achieve those dreams as soon as possible. So if you'd like to find out more about this, just click on the link, which you can see scrolling at the bottom of the screen, and click on the option Staff Nurse. So we're moving on to part 2 now. And for part 2, you will have a minute to prepare a response to a topic, which you should talk about for between 1 to 2 minutes. And the topic we're going to look at is a creative person. So who wants to talk about a creative person? Let's see who we've got. I'm going to bring Jeremiah into the class. Hi there, Jeremiah.
Hello. Hi. Good evening.
How are you doing today?
I'm
Good
great.
evening.
Yeah.
Good. Have you been practicing hard, Jeremiah, over the weeks, the last few weeks since I spoke to you?
Yes, I tried at least every day to do the mock test.
Brilliant.
Yes, with the speaking better.
Every day. That is
Yes, I
dedication.
tried. Yes. Yeah,
I'm
it's hard,
impressed.
but I need.
It's not always easy to stick to it, but it's good that you are getting the impression that more often than not, you are getting that practice done. Is that right?
Yes,
Good, good, good.
religiously.
Good. I can see that Bibbs has joined us on Facebook. Hello to you, Bibbs. Good morning, it says here. Good morning from the Philippines. Is it morning time in the Philippines? I thought it would be evening time.
Actually, yes, evening. It's already midnight.
Yeah. So I guess it is technically, if it's midnight, it's almost the morning, technically.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Jeremiah, can you see the topic on your screen?
Yes, I see.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Okay, so you've got a minute then to prepare, and then I'd like you to talk about the topic for between 1 to 2 minutes. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, are you ready to begin?
Okay, I will try. Yes.
Okay, so please describe a creative person whose work you admire.
Okay, today I would like to talk about an artistic person that I look up to, and she's none other than my classmate when way back when I was in high school, as well as my best friend. Her name is Nancy, and she's well known for being a having a natural talent for art. And most of the time, she excel in terms of this field, and she's one of our actually she's a leader of our art club, and she encouraged us also to be more active or proactive in this aspect or skills. I vividly remember she won a lot of slogan competitions and bring an honor and pride to our school, and she is really great in drawing, even though she didn't undergo this professional um, professional class for this drawing, and she can even did a lot of art project from scratch, which really amazed, because at that young age she can able to have this innovative or bright idea to make something more special in her, just a magic of her hand. And then I would say that I also inspired by her because she can even help other students to be more enticed or participate in the art activity in our school. She's one of our, I would say, role model, because she didn't only got flying colors in the grades in about arts, but also she excels to the other subject, which I really find amazing in a way that she can juggle between these two. And I would say that she's one of the person till now that I respect for that
Okay.
aspect.
Thank you very much. That's great. Jeremiah, you've got a lot to say about your friend.
Yes. And
Very
then
nice.
I'm glad I able to finish 2 minutes before. I think I only finished it for 1 and 45 seconds.
Okay, yeah, there was no problem this time. Yeah, you just
Mm.
you had a lot of content that you were clearly ready to communicate. So, no, that was great to hear, Jeremiah. So, some really nice expressions there. Look up to, which was great paraphrasing. Admire, yeah, that was a great paraphrase for admire. You also said, yeah, none other than my friend. Really nice expression to use there. Natural talent was a great collocation that you used. And generally, you were using some good vocabulary as well. Excel was one. Slogan competitions. Vividly remember, like Rex, that was one he used as well. But again, it's a nice expression to use. Undergo. You said even though she didn't undergo, I think you were talking about training. She had that talent. So yeah, some really good vocabulary you were using there. Your fluency was very strong as well. There was no unnatural pausing or hesitations. You kept on talking and kept linking your ideas together. So that was really good. Just a couple of things, Jeremiah, to keep focusing on. Just a few grammatical slips. So when you're using the third person, sometimes you're missing the S. You know, the third person S. So you were saying she excel, she encourage us, but you want to be saying she excels, she encourages us. So yeah, using that third person S if it's he or she, if you're using the singular. And just a little slip as well in terms of plural. You said she's one of our role model, but one of our role models you'd want to use in that expression because yeah, one of is one of a group. So just a slight slip there. And you were using some really good expressions, as I said, but there were just a few inaccuracies in the way you were using the expressions on occasion. So you said she didn't only get flying colors, but if you use flying colors, we'd use that with the verb to pass. So we'd say to pass with flying colors. So yeah, if you're going to say get, you would say, you know, she didn't only get amazing grades or fantastic grades. But yeah, if you're going to use flying colors, yeah, you would use, it's only used with the verb to pass with flying colors as an expression. And excel as well. You said she excelled to the other subjects, but you'd want to use excel within. She excelled in the other subjects. One other preposition slip, you said she was great in drawing, great at drawing. So we use adjective plus at if it's talking about, you know, someone's ability. So great at, good at, bad at, fantastic at. Rather than in. Sometimes this is where we got varieties actually. Sometimes in America they might use in, but standard, I believe the standard would be to use at to be good at something. But yeah, as I say, definitely in terms of fluency, pronunciation, and I picked up on some of the really nice expressions you were using. There was lots of positive stuff you were doing there. So your practice is paying off, Jeremiah, and we can see that obviously, as you said, in the fact that you had no problems this time in speaking for the 2 minutes. So well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
No worries. Okay, so we're going to move on to another part 2 topic. And let me bring Joan in. Are you there, Joan? No?
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi,
Joan.
Hi, Alex.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Actually, this is my third time to try, but
Yes.
I think my headset is always failing me to join this. Yeah.
So the third time to try, but this is going to be your first successful time. Is that right?
Yes, you're right. Yeah.
Brilliant. So where are you at the moment, Joan?
I'm in the Philippines.
Okay, wonderful. And are you currently working as a healthcare professional in the Philippines?
Yeah, but I'm working as a utilization management nurse, working
wow.
from home from a private company. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
very interesting. Utilization management.
Yeah, that's right.
Very nice.
Utilization. Yeah. That's how to pronounce.
It is, isn't it? I had to get my tongue around it myself. Yeah. Utilization. Good. Okay, so the topic we're going to have a look at together now, Joan, is sharing. So can you see the topic on your screen?
Yes, Alex.
Fantastic. Okay, so you've got a minute to prepare, Joan, and then you should speak about the topic for between 1 to 2 minutes.
All right.
Okay, are you ready to begin?
Yes, Alex. I would
So
like
please,
to try. Yeah.
fantastic.
Okay.
Please describe a time when you shared something with another person.
Okay. I remembered sharing my NCLEX reviewer with a colleague, and she turned out to be my friend now. Um, this is about my NCLEX review, but it was personally my notes. Uh, it helped me to ace the exam. That NCLEX exam, it is based on how I would remember things like mnemonics, yeah, for a certain disease. Um, and then I would like to share this with a friend because I'm a friendly person, and I really want my friend to pass the exam as well. Yeah, I just want to share the blessing uh, to have to have this kind of material for her to study, because it helped me a lot. So I hope it also helped her pass the exam. And okay, and then why do I share it? Yeah, I've said that already. Um, how do I felt about sharing it? For me, uh, if she will be able to pass the exam like I do, I will feel glad, and I will. It's it's an overwhelming feeling to know that she is able to pass the exam, uh, because it will give her the opportunity to work as a nurse to a different English countries like in United Kingdom and also in the US. So so that would be great. Then I signed up with Connetics and I have a job offer there. So I
Okay,
hope she can also join me. Yeah.
that's
That's
great.
all.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Joan. No, that's fine. You kept on going. I could see there was just a few moments of hesitation, but you kept on going, and you were able to speak for the 2 minutes. So that was great. Did you make many notes before you started speaking?
No, that's the
Okay.
problem. Yeah, I was not able to prepare. It's just that I don't have here my paper to
Uh,
just to prep for what is asking here. So I'm a
okay.
little bit confused about what to share.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
because I
keep
could hear
on
you.
coming
Yeah,
back with the same question.
kind of thinking out loud a little bit
Yeah,
as you
yeah,
were speaking.
yes.
But this is it. So I would just say is going forward with part two, it's always a good idea to make a few notes because it's natural that as we're speaking, we're thinking, okay, what do I want to say next? What do I want to say next? But that 1 minute preparation time is designed to kind of give us those ideas so that we can just speak
Mm,
with as
I
much
see.
fluency as
Mm-mm.
possible. Yeah. So yeah,
You're
I'd
right.
recommend that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll
Next
know.
time.
Exactly for next time. But definitely the positive was the fact that you kept on speaking, even though you were thinking a little bit, but you didn't stop. You kept going. That was great. Um, at the beginning, you were talking about sharing ideas for the NCLEX exam, I think, with your friend. Use the term mnemonics, which was nice as a review technique. You said, "I just want to share the blessing." So yeah, you were communicating your ideas, and the ideas were fairly clear. There was some nice use of vocabulary. You used the adjective overwhelming. Said it was an overwhelming feeling. You said that if she passed, I will feel glad. So you were looking at using their conditionals, although it would have been a good opportunity there to use maybe the second conditional, like if she passed, I would feel glad. You're giving the idea
Mm,
that you weren't sure if she was going to pass or not, or you could say if she passes, I'll feel glad or I'll feel happy. So it's like you were mixing a little bit. I wasn't sure if this was
conditional. Yeah.
hypothetical. Yeah, either first
Mm-mm.
or second. So that's something to look at as well. But yeah, I think just because of the hesitation, we didn't perhaps get as much language as we could have done within the 2 minutes. But that would be the thing that I would look at, because you were able to communicate your ideas clearly, your pronunciation was clear, and there were good elements of fluency at times, but it was a little bit stop-start. So yeah, I would
Yeah,
just look
because
at
I'm
that.
thinking, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that would be just one thing I'd be looking at then going forward in terms of the technique, is just, okay, write a few things down just so you can keep speaking with as little thinking interruption as possible, because then we'll get
All right.
more vocabulary, and
Okay.
yeah, that would be good.
Thank you.
No worries, Joan. I'm glad that you were able to participate this time.
Yeah, finally. Thank you.
Okay. So thank you to all those who have participated in the class today. And for those who joined the class and were not able to get involved, I will prioritize you as always for next week's class. It just remains for me to once again let you know about the opportunity to join us at the IELTS Scholarship Program. If you're watching us live on YouTube or Facebook, there is the opportunity to do so. If you are a nurse looking to live and work in the United States, then this is the place to be. We'll provide you with the support in order to achieve those goals. Just click on the link, which you can see scrolling at the bottom of the screen, and click on the option Staff Nurse in order to find out more information. You could potentially get all of this support for free. So thank you once again to all of you who have joined me today. I will see you again for next week's class. Until then, have a great weekend and have a great week.